All right, good morning, everybody. Today I'm gonna do a lot. I have a great plan made for today, and this is it. I will do the shortest things first, and I have a little bit of a different setup today because we have to do some things for Android 2, some pain points that I couldn't fix, and I was testing on my real device every time, so now I want to do that in the simulator. So first of all, I'm gonna start the simulator of Android. So I do that by first opening Android Studio. It's 8:30. Hope you had a good night of sleep. And yeah. I kind of just wanted to open this thing. There you go. This one. You click on there. It seems to be fine. Yeah, it seems to work. Yeah. Oh, Android Studio itself closed. But I got the simulator open, that's what matters. I got a little bit of a different setup. I finally figured it out, by the way. This is where I code in the mobile, so I can instantly test it here. And I'm keeping a little bit of a gap here, so that I can use the native debugger right there. I'm closing it for now, because I don't have the native debugger open. I hope it all works together with. So I open the terminal. First, of course, I do yarn dev to start the packager. And I wait for that. So yeah, here's my to-do list. And as you can see, I have to do something in the server first. So I'm also gonna set up a server environment to quickly update things on the server easily. So I'll do that after this. Let's first try and start Android. I might run into some trouble. By the way, first, before I run this command, it might be the version of Expo here might be outdated because I didn't use it for a long time. So that's why I will uninstall it first. And this command will install a new version. And hopefully it will run correctly and start up the debugger and everything. I have a little bit of a cold, by the way. I hope you don't mind. It's gonna be a great day. So let's see if it works. Okay, I have to permit trying over other apps for Expo. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Well, it seems to work. That's great. Then we have our nice and little app. Ah, gawk. You can see my password. Well, I won't do that for now. let's keep that for another time. Well, let me just pause and log in quickly. Might work. Luckily, I filled in an old password, so I just logged in with the right one, and there's my picture of Google. The location doesn't get requested somehow, but it doesn't matter. I'm not doing that kind of stuff right now. So, that works. That's great. So here's my server. We got GraphQL here, the program, the app, and here we have the server index file. I will log in here. Let's first see where we have to log in at. This one. So there we are. That's quickly. We don't need that one anymore. So here we can easily pull the git pull, I think, or git clone if we ever have a new server update. And here we can push it. So yeah, that's it. Hot reloading, I just wanted to test that for a minute. So let's see. And we didn't. Yeah, that works. It's awesome. Well, we have a problem here. As you can see, you can't see the text field anymore. I have to fix that. That's why I turned to Android today. And for the rest, most things work. It has to happen a lot. However, on the client, and I put most of things here. So it's going to be a great few hours. Let's do this. Okay, so I just fixed the first problem, hopefully. I added the order by create at task. So it's probably going to show the newest posts first. Let's check if that's true. Well, I can't say yet because there are no posts in here. First create one. So it should work now. So the latest should be the latest. And it works. Alright. Let's go to the next problem. So I just assume it will work when I upload the server the next time, so I won't have to do that now. There might be some more changes later. So now I'm going to work with touchable components. I want to make this button here give a nice feedback when I click on it, and of course do the sending. So it's in here. I can call it this way. So that's pretty easy. Right now though it's just a view, and I want a touchable component. So there are multiple options for touchable. React Native has a really good documentation for that. They say that I need touchable native feedback on Android and touchable highlight for the rest. I've also seen some really good issues or GitHub libraries maybe, because yeah, you need different ones for different platforms, so why not put that into a meta component. So I just read this one. It only has 105 stars, but it does seem pretty new, like 4 months old, and it got updated 2 weeks ago. And I know this guy, so it's probably good. It's probably gonna work, and it does exactly what I need. I would do this myself even in the long term, because it does what it's supposed to do. It shows the right component on the right platform with the right settings, and you only need one component, so that's great. It's not that hard to install it. I wonder if it will work on Expo, so let's try that out. So yeah, hot reloading doesn't work when I install new components, dependencies, so then I have to normal reload. Takes a little longer. Android is a little bit slower though too than iOS. Anyway. Let's see what happens if I do try to use this. There are a lot of props that are normally also in the normal touchables. So it simplifies the UI because it simplifies the API. And that's great. I'm just going to make a whole new component for the button. Oh, oops. Didn't select it. It doesn't have type declarations. It doesn't matter. We'll call it button. I don't know about the flags. It's probably good. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Got a nice text and everything. It can probably even be not, it's not even necessary to be a class. It can be like this, right? But let's first try the class because it might not even work. That's a bit safe. And it's a presentational component. I can just wrap it. In the end, I want the font awesome, of course. We didn't import text. And now we did, but of course, if you get an error sometimes, the hot reloading doesn't work. You end up in here. And to refresh, I think I have to do that. Yeah. Come on. Oh. It actually just shows a huge thing. But it does do something. That's a really nice feedback on Android. The padding is huge. That's why. The 80 on every side. That doesn't need to be like that. The vertical padding and the horizontal padding. Oh, interesting. Let's not make it that much. The vertical padding can be like, oh, that's actually alright. And does it log anything? I didn't see it. Ah, there it is. Look at that beautiful hello there. It just works. That's awesome. Where's my debugger? Ah, there it is. I thought it would be there automatically. I hope it works. Yeah, it works. Okay, great. So yeah, it works. It shows hello. It's great. So all I have to do is on-press this send and change this to the font awesome paper plane. It's so easy. It seems really easy. Now see if it works, of course. Looking good, right? The only problem right now we still have, as you can see, the button is still there. You can see a little bit of it. But the rest is all gone somehow. So let's see. Will the button work? Did it post something? No, it didn't. Interesting. Ah, it doesn't exist. Okay. In that case, let's try to make a stateless one out of it. We don't need a render. The return is right there. Oh, oops, too much. Looking good. And can't we just access it by actually because we do get it in here, and then again we want to I bet it's not gonna work. So I figured for it to be a function or to be a component that contains another function, it has to be a class, it seems, because I need a constructor. So let's first try to make one that doesn't have the extension of a React component. I don't know, it will probably not work. Constructor takes props and it goes like this. And then it does the same as this, because it gives this function gives send to the other one. Yeah, it looks good to me. I think this is not going to work without being a actual React component. So let's just TypeScript. So we get a constructor and a render. I wonder if this is the same syntax. I think it's still bad. But let's try first before I copy the other component. So cannot read property bind if undefined. Ah, that makes sense. I don't have it defined, so I just wanted to try it. Now I have it defined. And what he's doing is actually just going to the props and calling the function. Let's see. It's not giving any text. It's probably gonna give another error. Oh, scheiße. It doesn't do anything. So this button gets this function into its props. Then it calls it. So I don't see why this doesn't work. Well, what we can do is as well, just copy the whole thing. So how we execute it. The super function is by just putting this in the props. And then it will execute this function, right? It's kind of confusing because it all has the same name. So if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna put it in the same component. This props send is exactly what it should be. And this send is exactly what I asked for, and that's what I should get. So it's really strange if this wouldn't work. I should at least get a message here, right? So let's reload it first. Maybe there's something wrong with the hot reloading on Android. Okay, so that doesn't work, but we want to test this one. It doesn't do nothing. Ah. Okay, so I finally found it. It was a really small problem, a detail in the component here. I was calling a function like this, and it's just a statement here, so it's not calling the actual function. So it's either gonna be this works, or don't call it a function, just state it, and that way the onPress will handle the function calling or something. So they both work. I should note that, because that's something I learned. This also works. So don't forget, now I have the behavior that we need, and it shows that in the logging, so we can remove that. I like this one pretty good. It's good. What I can also do is to make it more clean. I will try. Let's first try if it works. Yeah, it works. Okay. So to make it a little bit more clean, we can remove this function and just call it instantly. Like this, without the function. So we'll figure it out itself, hopefully. And yeah, it still works. So now we don't need that function because it was nothing almost. It will just call the function that's in the props, and we send it in the props like this. So yeah, it's a really small detail, but it does matter a lot. The two commas, or without the 2 commas. Okay, one last thing. I just figured out that it doesn't even need a constructor in this way. The only problem was the calling of the function. I shouldn't have done that. And yeah, it can be either this or this. And now it can just be a constant so a stateless function that takes props and then it will send them. What I can even do, if I want to go on a little bit even more of making it look simpler and nicer syntax, is I can destructure the props into send, and then I can just call send, I think, and probably need commas around that. Yeah. So let's see. so it doesn't look all that much prettier, a little bit, but now hopefully. Let's reload. Because of the error, I want to make sure it's right. Let's change the channel for a moment. I don't like it's a little bit full. Repeat. So okay, I'm really good in English, and it works. And now it looks super simple. Only problem is that it doesn't recognize it by TypeScript. It gets the any. What does it actually do? It returns, it's this one. So it takes nothing and it returns a void. So I can declare that, right? Like this, I don't know. I think that's not the right way. I think it should be like this. I think it works because now it's declared as a function that takes no arguments and returns nothing. Yeah, it's a lot more syntax, but now TypeScript's happy. And now I don't get an error here. And if I go over it, it will even tell me that's actually the right thing. And the good thing about this is that I would have gotten an error if I would do this, maybe. Let's see. So no, it doesn't give an error. Now it just instantly sends it if it renders. Interesting. Oh, anyway, TypeScript's happy. And I understand what I'm doing. Great. Okay, I just made a few more changes. I added a little bit of boiler here to make sure that the text isn't empty and to actually set the state of text to empty if you send it. And I changed the vertical offset of the keyboard to 148 because that seems to be nice on this phone actually, on this device. I know this is not the way I should do it. A vertical offset in a fixed amount of pixels is probably going to break on different sized devices. But yeah, let's see how it works. For now it works on this device and I can always improve it later. We also had the problem in settings that I can't get rid of the keyboard by clicking outside of the keyboard. Kind of sucked. So let's try to make it work. I will just do the same keyboard avoiding view. And I need to import platform. And then I need the style here. I have no clue if this is exactly what I need. Probably not. Because now it gives a really ugly settings tab. But at least no. It still won't go out of the out of the keyboard. That's strange. It seems to change the view a little bit. Maybe because it's not a flat list. It shouldn't be a flat list, but maybe because the keyboard avoiding view should have one view. How does it work here? No, it doesn't need to. Let's just do it anyway. Let's see if it will change anything. This is old. Don't need that. Somehow maybe it's because of the ref. I don't know. No, it doesn't make sense. Okay, let's search. So I just found why the home component does dismiss the keyboard. It's actually because of the flat list, because that has this function. Keyboard should persist on tabs, because as you can see it works really nicely. I can still scroll and the keyboard will stay, but if I tap, the keyboard won't stay. And that's really complex, but it only works with the flat list or the scroll view. So I'm gonna implement the scroll view for the settings then, because that might also work better for the because the keyboard will pop up here and it will yeah, for example, what happens if I had a keyboard here or a text field here? That wouldn't even work. So I definitely need a scroll view. So yeah. I think it works out of the box. All the default props are what I need, I think. Let's see, of course. So it's not what I needed, a keyboard avoiding view, although it might help for the scroll view. Oh yeah. Perfect. So we can't actually drag it right now, but once we tap the phone number, we can start to drag it. Amazing. So, problem solved. Boom. So these two I'm not gonna do now. I'm gonna move to the top. I think that's also enough for this video. And the next one I will make a lot of stuff happen. We'll make push notifications working. We'll make more mutations working with the server. And I will finish, or at least make the Explore tab a lot better. Bye.